Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Middleware Technologies. Today we'll be looking at something new in QB, that is Screen Manager. Okay, so Screen Manager is a kind of widget which helps in managing multiple screens for your application. So we can create multiple screens which we can switch between to and fro within the application. So let's say we have created three screens, screen 1, screen 2, screen 3. So we can switch from screen 1 to screen 3, screen 2, and from screen 2 to screen 1, screen 3 based on what is our requirement. Okay, so in this video today we will be looking at how we can utilize the screen layout with a simple example. So let me show you the simple example that we will be trying to build in this video. So this is my first page wherein I am trying to take some input. So this is the first name that I will be taking. And this is the second name I am taking. Okay, so when we hit the submit button, it goes to the second screen wherein we are dynamically updating the second screen content with the first name and second name. So we'll try to explore on this example more in our video. Okay, so let's see how we can try to use Screen Manager then. Let me go into my shell. So let's first prepare our basic application which will launch our empty window. Let me name my screen application as Screen App. So let's give our screen application class a name as Screen App, which will return the manager as a root widget. So we will need to import one more class to utilize the Screen Manager, that is kv.ux.screenmanager. From there, we need to import the Screen Manager class. Okay, so let me customize this base Screen Manager class with a class named Manager, which will extend the base class Screen Manager. Okay, so this is our Manager class which is extending the Screen Manager, and this is our Screen App class extending the base class app, which will return a root widget named Manager. So here the screen name is Screen. Okay. So this is our basic application to launch an empty window with a screen manager root widget. Okay. So let's see. Let's try to execute and see if we're able to get a empty screen or not. I need to give the execute function. So our empty screen is ready. So let's try to extend this one and try to create our screens within this application using the KV file. So let me name my KV file as screen app.kv. So here we need to define our first rule for screen manager. So in our Python class we have already extended our screen manager base class using the manager. So we need to define the rule for manager class here. Let me define the manager class rule here, in which we will try to create two screens. So this is the base class to create screens, that is CRE and screen. Okay. So every screen, whatever we create in our application, we should name it uniquely. So let me name my first screen as screen 1. Okay. So similarly, I'll create one more screen and name it as screen 2. Okay. So with this, we have created child widgets called screens. Screen 1 and screen 2, and we have attached it to our root widget, that is screen manager. By default, the first screen whichever we create will be the screen that is going to be displayed. So in order to verify whether it is actually working or not, so let's create in our screen some random buttons. So this button, we will name it as screen 1 button. And this one, we will name it as screen 2. Okay, so let's see how it looks with this updated KV file. So this is our screen 1 content. This is our screen 1 button that we will be able to see by default. Okay, so how we can change from screen 1 to screen 2 or screen 2 to screen 1, that one we will try to check further. So let me close this one. So instead of creating buttons, let's try to build our application which we saw initially. So instead of buttons, we will place the UI widgets that we want to build. Okay, so the first widget that we will be placing is label. Let me name it as first name. Let's create our next widget, that is text input, which will accept our text content. So let's give some hint text in this text input, which is enter first name. And let's create one more label. That will take our second name. And for this, the text input widget will be this one, which will accept our second name. And once we have our four widgets ready, in which two of them will take our inputs, we'll need to submit. So let's create our submit button here. Let me name it as submit. Okay. So let's bold our content, text content. Okay, let's try to save it and see how our screen one looks now. Okay, it is showing as matter unknown class submit. Let me check my KV file again. Actually, this should be the main button. There is no submit widget like anything in KV. So this is our button with the text submit. Okay. So let me run it again. Okay, looks like we are just able to see our submit button, because we need to put all these widgets into some layout which we missed out. So let me try to use box layout and place all these widgets. So instead of placing it directly on the screen, we will need to use a layout. So I'll try to use box layout. With orientation as vertical. And within this, we'll try to place our child widgets. Okay, now let's save it. Now we should be able to see all our child widgets in our first screen. Okay, So this is our first screen in which the first widget is the first name label, and the second one is the text input, which will take our first name. And similarly, this is the second label, second name, and the second text input, which will accept our second name. Okay. So with this, our first screen is built. Okay. So let's see. Let's try to build our second screen. So in our second screen, let's say for now, we will create a label with text. Screen 2. Okay. So, but how we can go to our screen 2? Right. So let's create an event. Let's create an event in our button. So when we submit the button, this basically when we release the button, it should switch to screen 2. So how we can get the screen 2 instance? That is, like we need to make manager, that is our root widget, current screen is equal to screen 2. So this basically will switch to our screen 2 when we release the submit button. Okay, so let's see if we are able to switch on to our second screen when we click on the button submit and release it. Okay, so here let's try to click on the submit button directly. Okay, there is something wrong with the name, I think. No screen with name, screen 2. Okay, let me check my KV file. What is the name that I have given? Okay, I think the name for my screen 2 is screen 2, all capital, all small. Okay, so here it should be small. Yes. So let's try to run our application again. Click on the submit button. Okay, so now you can see like we are able to switch from screen 1, that is our box layout UI, wherein we have clicked on our submit button, which has taken us into the second screen, that is screen 2. Okay, so let's try to make some changes to our UI. So let me open my screen app KV file. So instead of a label with a default message, we want to capture the input from screen 1. Okay, so how we can do it? So first of all, let's create 2 labels here also in the screen 2. Text as first name for first label, and second label with label name second name. Okay, so let's put this screen 2 also into a box layout as we did it for our screen 1. orientation, we'll put it in vertical direction, and let's adjust our labels such that they fall into our box layer. Okay, so now we have our screen 2 with a box layout having two labels, that is first name and second name. But when we hit on the submit button, it should capture the input from the screen 1 and it should show that content. So let's say like we are giving some name in the first name and in the second name. It should capture that input and it should try to show that content in our second screen. Okay, so how we can do that one? Okay, so so let's see. Let's before going into that, let's try to execute our this updated KV file to make sure our screen 2 is having the two labels or not. Okay, so let me run this one. Okay, so here is our first screen, and when we click on the submit button, it goes to second screen with two labels, that is first name and second name. So here we want to see our first name and second name which we input in our first screen. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. Let me open my KV file. So here for text input widget, let's give an identifier. Let's name our text input first, text input identifier name, and name it as first name. So basically it will this ID, like basically identifier, it will act like a reference to our text input instance. Okay, so similarly we will try to give the second text input, that is for second name, an identifier. Let's name it as second name. Okay, so now we have the identifier for our text input instances, that is first name and second name. So with this we will be able to get a reference to our text input widgets. Okay, so what we will do in our second screen, instead of giving standard first name and second name as text, we will try to capture the instance specific text. Okay, so in our first label we will try to capture the first name instance. Okay, so that is first name, that is the instance name for our first text input widget, and from that instance we will try to capture the text content. Okay, so similarly for label 2, second label, we will use the second text input instance, second name the text. Okay, so with this what we will have is in our second screen we will be able to see whatever content we have like input into our first screen, we will be able to see it on second screen. So let's try to save it and try to execute and see. Okay, so let's see if there is some error. So there is some parse error in our KV file. So let's try to, so it is showing name error, second name is not defined. Okay, so let's see what exactly is wrong with our KV file. Let me open my KV file and let's see what exactly is the issue. Okay, I think the identifier which we have given, it should not be in the quotes. So basically it is an identifier, it is not a string. Okay, so let's remove the codes here for both the text inputs identifier. Okay, let me save this one and try to run it. Okay, so here let's try to name something. So let's name some fruits like apple, and our second name mango. Okay, so you can see like in our second screen we are able to see apple and mango whatever we have input in our first screen. Okay, so this is how like we can like switch from one screen to another, and we can dynamically update the content of our screen. As we saw, like we are able to update the content of our second screen with the content which we have tried to input in our first screen. Okay, so let's try to extend or enhance this one. Okay, so let me like place some background image into our screen manager. So for that we will use the canvas. Let's color this one as one constant by 0. You can give any proportion of RGB colors. Okay, so that is up to you. So I'm giving it as some kind of red color, light red, and let's give the shape for the canvas, that is rectangle. Size, cell dot size, and position, cell dot pause. So it will actually like occupy the complete root widget size with position at 0, 0. That is the default. Okay, so here let's try to place some background image also in our managers, like in our canvas. So let me source my image file which I have kept already in my current working directory, that is named serenity.jpg. Okay, so let's save it and try to run it. Okay, so we have our background image also now ready. So let me name something here again, apple, pineapple. Okay, so here you go. We have our UI ready with all the modifications, and we are able to switch from screen 1 to screen 2. Okay, so now now let's see how we can get back to our the first screen. Okay, so here we are able to get on to our second screen, but how about getting back to our initial screen, which is launched when we launch our application? Okay, so there is no button here like we can switch back to our first screen, like that is initial screen. That is nothing, something like reset of our application or returning to our first screen. Okay, so let's try to incorporate that one also into our application. So let me open my KV file again. Okay, so what we will do here in our second screen, so after our first name and second name capture, well, let's try to create some button for returning to our first screen. Okay, so let me create my button here and name it as text written. Okay, so basically when we click on this written button, it should get back us to this first screen. Okay, so for this to happen, we will need to bind the event on release of second button. Similarly, what we did for first screen, it should like we need to set our screen manager current screen to screen 1. So root dot current is equal to, it should be named to screen 1. Okay, so let me bold my text content for each of the child widget so that it looks clear. So I'll keep bold as true for all the labels. So yeah, so this is bold, label is bold for our first. So let me give some size, also font size, so that it looks more clear for us. Okay, so this one also, let's give font size as 32. Okay, I'm just making the font size as 32 for all the child widgets so that it looks clear. Okay, so let me save it. Okay, so now let's try to so we have our second screen with our written button, which will take us to the first screen. Okay, so let's try to save it and try to execute it. Okay, so this is now much more clear, like first name, second name, submit button. So let's name our first name. And second name as grades and try to submit. Okay, so we have our second screen with apple and grapes, which we input in our first screen, and additionally, like now we have our written button. Okay, so when we click on this written button, it should take us to the first screen. So let's see how whether it is taking us to the first screen or not. Okay, okay, so that's cool. We are able to switch back to our first screen. So this is how we can switch from one screen to other, and we can return back to our first screen or whatever screen we want to return to. Okay, so we need to just change the manager current to the screen name, whatever we want to switch to. Okay. And there is one more thing. Let's see, like this is as a last feature of last thing about screen manager in this video. So we are able to switch from screen 1 to screen 2, like it is transitioning. Basically, there is a transition happening from screen 1 to screen 2 using some transition method. Okay, so that is like it is switching from screen 1 to screen 2. Let's change it to like something called fade transition. So how we can do that one? Okay, so for that we need to open our Python file. So in this screen, like basically in the screen manager, there is something called fade transition, which we'll need to import. So here we need to provide the transition method which we want to use, fade transition. Okay, and in our manager we need to like screen manager. Basically, this is our root widget, and we need to define how we want to like switch from screen 1 to screen 2. Like what is the method of transition we want to use. Okay, so here let's we need to define the variable transition is equal to fade transition. Let me save this one and try to execute it. So we'll try to see how what is the difference we will see when we switch from screen 1 to screen 2. Okay, so let me execute it right now. Okay, let me open my Python file. I think there is something syntax we need to change. Sorry. Python file. Okay, so here I think there is a small mistake in the name, like fade transition, fade trans. I missed the I here, so let's update it and try to run it. Okay, so we have our first screen, so let me name it as some name, apple and mango, and try to submit. Okay, so we have our so I think you saw the difference, like it is not transitioning from one screen to other, left to right. Rather than that, it is trying to fade. Okay, so let's see it again. So it is trying to fade out of our first screen and come to our second screen. Okay, so this is all for today's video regarding the screen manager. So screen manager can be used for many applications where we have requirement for creating multiple screens, and we want to launch a particular specific screen when a particular event happens or when a particular function is called. So there are a lot of applications where we can use the screen manager, particularly like mobile applications wherein we want to give a present like welcome screen and the main screen, and then a last screen called a message or with some thank you or some score we want to give for a particular gaming application, like that. Okay, so there are many applications like use cases wherein we can use a screen manager. Okay, so this is all for today's video regarding the screen manager, and we will try to come up with something new in our next video. And yeah, until then, you guys have a good day. Yeah, and thank you all for watching, and have a great day. Thank you.